Good morning, students. Today in this session, I am going to explain about physical properties of metals. Children, I have explained you already some of the physical properties of metals. They are lustrous and sonority. So, in this class today, I am going to explain about another property called malleability. Children, malleability means, have you ever noticed that a thin layer foil, a thin silver foil used to decorate sweets or the a thin aluminum foil used to pack the food, children. Generally, you might have seen the children whenever you given for the order for any parcel like sweet box or any food packets, they are decorated with silver foils as well as aluminum foils. And try to observe the children, a blacksmith at work, he beats a hot iron piece repeatedly till the shape changes. Children, do you bring a similar change? The shape or a clay material is by beating it? No, not. All the material cannot be converted into thin sheets to make the desirable objects. So, children, all the materials do not convert into thin sheets to make the desirable objects. So, children, let us identifying malleability on material, children. Children, take a hammer and beat the material samples. For example, iron, gold, silver, copper, mercury, magnesium, carbon, sulfur, and pass, etc. children. And observe the changes in material samples, and observe what happens. Children, some of the materials, some of the samples like iron, zinc, copper, iron, etc. These samples, when beaten hard, flattens, whereas some materials broke into pieces or became a powder. Children, the materials which can be flattened into thin sheets are called malleable materials. Malleability is one of the properties associated with metal, children. But remaining materials like magnesium, sulfur, carbon, iron, etc., when they are beaten repeatedly, they do not convert into thin sheets, children. So all metals are not malleable. All materials are not malleable. Some of the materials are malleable because when some materials, when they are beaten repeatedly, they convert into flattened or they convert to sheets, and such materials are called malleable materials. So malleability is one of the property associated with metals. So what did you observe in the case of iron, children? You may not able to flatten it, but the blacksmith can do it by simple with the hammer. If we beat it continuously, the iron may not be converted into flattened, but blacksmith people can do it. Heats it before heating, beating. So we can say that material differ in the range of their malleability. So metals like aluminium, silver, and gold are highly malleable. So materials like silver, gold, aluminium, they are highly malleable. Means what? They can easily convert into flattened or thin sheets by beating them repeatedly. So this is what we call is malleability or malleable means. That I repeat the definition: the material which can be flattened into thin sheets are called malleable materials, and the property is called as malleability. The property is called as malleability, children. Now the other property, children, here, The other one is ductility, children. The other property is called ductility, children. So ductility is one of the property again. Children, ductility means, for example, children, we use wires in different situations in our daily life. For example, children, look at the samples. For example, iron, zinc, copper, sulfur, aluminium, carbon, magnesium, iodine, etc. Children. Children, here observe there. Can we convert into wires or not? Iron can be converted into wires. Yes. Zinc can be converted to wires. Copper can be converted to wires. But sulfur cannot be converted to wires because sulfur is all in the form of powder, children. Aluminum can be converted to wires. Carbon we cannot convert to wires because it is actually it is called a non-metal. You can say non-metals. Magnesium cannot be converted to metal wires, and iodine cannot be converted to wires. Children, have you ever seen the wire made up of materials mentioned in the table 4? Of course, if they are converted to wires, say yes. If they are not converted to wires, they say no. Children, you observe here. What is exactly the meaning of ductility? Ductility means what, children, here? The property of drawing a material to make fine wires. The property of drawing a material to make fine wires is called ductility. Most metals are ductile, children. The property of drawing material to wires, to make fine wires, are called ductility. Most of the metals are ductile, children. But is ductility the only property of metal to use them as connecting wires in electric circuits? Let us explore another property of metals, that is electrical conductivity, children. The other one is electrical conductivity of material. Electrical conductivity of material, children. Children, you know very well. You might have seen electrician using the screwdriver. What material does it contain? Why does not a screwdriver used by electrician as metal and nails? Children, with this you know very well. Identifying electrical conductivity of material, children. Children, arrange electric circuit with a battery and bulb. Remember the simple electric circuit in class 7th. You might have learned about electric circuit, which containing battery and bulb and connecting wire, providing switch. Then close the circuit using the RNL, children. Now observe whether the bulb glows or not. Record observation and do this activity by using various materials, various samples, and record yourself. Children, sample is given and does the bulb glows or not? Children, iron, zinc, copper, sulfur, aluminium, carbon, magnesium, iodine. And these materials are used as in place of iron nail. If an iron is there, let bulb glows, yes. Zinc, yes. Copper, yes. Sulfur, no. Aluminium, yes. Carbon, magnesium, iodine, no. So, do all the samples allow the bulb to glow? No. Some materials that allow electricity to pass to them and make the bulb to glow are called electrical conductors. And most metals like iron, copper and aluminium are good conductors of electricity. Most metals. So, the materials that allow electricity to pass to them and make the bulb to glow are called electric conductors, and most metals like aluminium, copper and iron, etc. are good conductors of electricity. And the materials which do not allow electricity to pass to them are called non-conductors of electricity or bad conductors of electricity. Most of the materials like paper, rubber, plastic, wood, etc., they are called non-conductors of electricity. By this we can easily say, take to an electrician and look at his handles of his tools, or the handles are made up of the same materials, if not white. Children, the handles of the screwdriver or ends of the electrical tools are made up of plastic, rubber or glass because they are bad conductor of electricity. So because of this reason, the ends of both electrical appliances and cooking utensils are not made up of metals because electrical appliances conduct electricity. Because of this reason, the ends of electrical tools are not made up of metals. They are just made up of with rubber, plastic or paper or especially rubber, plastic or non-metallic conductors or non-conductors or bad conductors of electricity. Okay children, hope you understand about these three concepts today. Watch this video and understand the concepts about malleability, ductility and electrical conductivity. Okay children, thank you and have a nice day.